Customs Memorandum Order, CMO. Number 18/2020. Subject: Guidelines on the use of 3 fast patrol vessels for the conduct of maritime border protection activities, and the creation of the Maritime Special Task Group, MAR-STG. Introduction. This order is issued pursuant to the common mandate of the Bureau of Customs, BOC, and the Philippine Coast Guard, PCG, as regards the conduct of border control and security activities. President Rodrigo Roa Duterte gave a marching order on October 25, 2018, during the celebration of PCG 117th anniversary, for the PCG and Armed Forces of the Philippines, AFP, to extend security assistance and augmentation to the BOC to properly undertake the latter's mission. On October 15, 2018, a Memorandum of Agreement, MOA, between BOC and PCG on the conduct of joint operation in the enforcement of laws pertaining to border control, prevention of smuggling, and other customs fraud was signed, and 3 fast patrol vessels, FPVs, of PCG were committed to be utilized in the implementation of this MOA, which are presently deployed in Manila, Zamboanga, and Davao. Relative thereto, the following guidelines on the use of 3 FPVs, for the conduct of maritime border protection activities, and the creation of the Maritime Special Task Group, MAR-STG, shall be observed. Section 1. Scope and coverage. This CMO shall apply at the Port of Manila, Manila International Container Port, Port of Limay, Port of Subic, Port of Davao, and Port of Zamboanga. Section 2. Objectives. 2.1 To organize, equip, maintain, and deploy BOC and IATFA personnel and assets in the conduct of maritime patrol against drug trafficking, smuggling and other customs fraud, and to perform the following common mandates of BOC and PCG relating to border control and security. A. Section 306 of RA 10863. Special surveillance for the protection of customs revenue and prevention of smuggling. The Bureau of Customs shall conduct surveillance on vessels or aircrafts entering Philippine territory and on imported goods entering the Customs Office. Provided that the function of the Philippine Coast Guard to prevent and suppress illegal entry of these goods, smuggling and other forms of customs fraud and violations of maritime law, and its proper surveillance of vessels entering and or leaving Philippine territory as provided in Republic Act No. 9993, otherwise known as the Philippine Coast Guard Law of 2009, shall continue to be in force. B. Rule 3, I, of RA 9993, PCG shall assist in the enforcement of law on immigration, tariff and customs, firearms and explosives, human trafficking, dangerous drugs and controlled chemicals, transnational crimes, and other applicable laws in the maritime jurisdiction of the Philippines. C. Section 1202 of RA 10863. Control of customs officer over boarding or leaving of incoming vessel and over other vessel approaching the former. Section 3. Powers and functions. 3.1 Executive Assistant for Interagency Task Force Aduana. A. Act as Commander of MAR-STG. B. Act as focal person for and in behalf of the Office of the Commissioner, BOC, in the deployment of vessels and execution of mission orders. C. Render regular report to the Commissioner, BOC, on all activities of MAR-STG. D. Perform other tasks as directed. 3.2 Deputy Commissioner, Enforcement Group. A. Designate personnel of ESS Water Patrol Division as permanent members of MAR-STG. B. Ensure availability and presence of ESS Water Patrol Division personnel in every joint maritime patrol operation. C. Provide ESS CPD and ESS Fuel Markings team personnel on the need basis. D. Direct ESS to render necessary support to MAR-STG. E. Perform other tasks as directed. 3.3 Deputy Commissioner, Intelligence Group. A. Provide intelligence support to MAR-STG. B. Provide CIIS personnel on the need basis. C. Perform other tasks as directed. 3.4 Director, BOC Legal Service/BTS. A. Act as legal arm of MAR-STG. B. Direct legal division of ports of Zamboanga and Davao to render legal support to MAR-STG Zambasolta and Davao. C. Perform other tasks as directed. 3.5 District Collector including all subport collectors, Port of Manila, MICP, Port of Lamao, Port of Subic. A. Provide on a regular basis complete list of vessels applying for shipside unloading operation or ship-to-ship transfer of cargoes in their respective AOR. B. Provide on a regular basis complete list of foreign vessels applying for entry in their respective AOR. C. Direct Bay Service, Assessment Division, or any other concerned offices of respective districts to be present and/or render necessary support during maritime patrol missions on the need basis. D. Perform other tasks as directed. 3.6 District Collector including all subport collectors, Port of Zamboanga, Port of Davao. A. Provide on a regular basis complete list of vessels applying for shipside unloading operation or ship-to-ship transfer of cargoes in their respective AOR. B. Provide on a regular basis complete list of foreign vessels applying for entry in their respective AOR. C. Direct Bay Service, Assessment Division, or any other concerned offices of respective districts to be present and/or render necessary support during maritime patrol missions on the need basis. D. Issue sailing order for FPVs in their respective AOR upon coordination with the Office of the Commissioner. Attention, Executive Assistant for Interagency Task Force Aduana. E. Perform other tasks as directed. 3.7 Commander, PCG Task Force Aduana/Coast Guard Security and Border Protection Service. A. Act as PCG focal person on the deployment of fast patrol vessels. B. Ensure availability and operational readiness of the 3 fast patrol vessels. C. Direct the deployment of FPVs upon the issuance of sailing order by BOC Commissioner or his authorized representative. D. Ensure availability and presence of PCG Task Force Aduana/CGSBPS personnel during the conduct of maritime patrols. E. Provide quick reaction teams, Special Operations Force, PCG K9, EOD, when necessary. F. Render necessary reports to MAR-STG on a regular basis. G. Perform other tasks as directed. 3.8 Director, General Services Division. A. Provide POL, petroleum, oil, and lubricants, requirements for all joint PCG-BOC maritime patrol missions. B. Perform other tasks as directed. Section 4. Operational Provisions. 4.1 MAR-STG will be activated and will be placed directly under the Office of the Commissioner, Bureau of Customs with the Executive Assistant for Interagency Task Force Aduana as focal person. 4.2 All tasks units head will directly report to the Office of the Commissioner through the Executive Assistant for Interagency Task Force Aduana. 4.3 Deployment of fast patrol vessels will be upon issuance of mission orders by the Commissioner except for non-BOC related missions such as but not limited to search and rescue operation which will be issued by PCG as stipulated in the MOA between BOC and PCG dated October 15, 2018. 4.4 Presence of members of Interagency Task Force, and ESS Water Patrol Division is mandatory in all maritime patrol missions. Availability of personnel from ESS Fuel Marking Team, Bay Service, CIIS, Assessment Division, other concerned BOC offices, and relevant agencies such as PDEA shall be required on the need basis. 4.5 Deployment of FPVs in the areas of Port of Zamboanga and Port of Davao may also be initiated by respective district collector. 4.6 BOC and PCG shall perform common mandates relating to border control and security as stipulated in the above mission. Section 5. Admin and Logistics. 5.1 Administration. A. The Commander, MAR-STG has the full authority and responsibility in the implementation of this plan. B. Additional guidelines of the CMO will be published depending on the orders of the President of the Republic of the Philippines, or his authorized representative. C. The Commander, MAR-STG will report directly to the Commissioner, BOC. 5.2 Logistics. A. POL support shall be provided by BOC General Services Division for joint BOC-PCG missions. B. Other logistical requirements shall be shouldered by respective agencies as prescribed under MOA between BOC and PCG dated October 15, 2018, and MOA between BOC-PCG AFP dated November 19, 2018. Section 6. Command and Control. A. Overall command and control shall be exercised by the Commander, MAR-STG. B. During the execution of the CMO, the Commander, MAR-STG shall establish the command and control on board the Office of the BOC Commissioner as primary station and at the Office of Interagency Task Force Aduana, Bureau of Customs as secondary station. C. The head of task units will maintain direct communication and contact with the Commander, MAR-STG. D. All unusual and emergency incidents shall be reported without delay to the Commander, MAR-STG using all available means of communication. Section 7. Effectivity. This order shall take effect upon publication.